Bobbejaanland. We've both been here a few times before. It's a good little park and there's some good Gerstlauers and there's some quite cool unique attractions here. We're going to start the day off on Fury. The Fury's quite a good Gerstlauer.
I think this coaster has an amazing, very clever system that elevates the ride a lot to me. They have a voting system that you choose if you want to go backwards or forwards. As you get off the station, you go into a turntable and then you're going to have a swing zone. So everyone in the train is going to vote on buttons that they have on the restraint. If the majority votes for forward, it's going to turn forwards. It's going to launch you forwards, then launch you backwards on a spike, then launch you forwards again, and you're going to do the whole coaster facing forwards. Or if backwards wins, then it's the same thing with backwards. But when you get to the station, the queue is split in the one that you have to vote and it's going to be random, and the one that only faces forward. So it kind of ruins the whole experience. Usually if you choose the one that votes, it tends to be backwards because people that are facing forwards are already on the other queue.
I've never gone forwards on the random one where you pick yourself. Always backwards.
I've had times that I was going forwards on that just because I get annoyed, and I know some people would vote forwards because they just want to make it the game, because the whole point of the system is to be a voting and not knowing what you get. If they didn't have this splitting of the queue, it would be amazing, it would be so fun, but because they have this, it kind of ruins. The coaster is still okay. The second one that you get is really forceful.
Just did Speedy Bob, which is a Mack Wild Mouse standard model that you find in quite a lot of parks. Quite a compact roller coaster, but what is unique about this one, they used to have two here that was right next to each other to increase capacity. Turns out the park didn't need it, but it's quite a cool idea to have two that can go right next to each other.
And it looks really cool as well. You can still have it on the entrance. You see that they have the two sides that looks really cool with Bob looking around. We're gonna do the rapids
with a spooky Halloween overlay. Ooh. Rapids.
The rapids are really good.
There's an awesome whirlpool. That's the highlight. So it goes around and then there's a big drop underneath. It swings around. Pretty cool rapids. Well themed as well.
When you go on Speedy Bob, you can actually see it from above. We did Speedy Bob right before doing the rapids, so from the top we could see it, so it's really cool to do that as well.
Now we're doing Dreamcatcher, which is a kind of inverted swinging coaster. Yay, shitty Vekoma swinging invert. I hate it.
I don't think it was that bad.
I hate it.
It was not as bad as I was expecting. It's not a great coaster.
So it's very janky and it's above water, and that's what I hate about it.
I love the aspect that it's above water.
But I don't like being on janky rides above water. Being above water is good. Being on janky ride above water, not good. Because I feel like it's going to snap up and I'm just going to drown. I hate it. Oh,
No,
it the whole way around.
I thought it was alright. I don't think it was that rough.
It's just janky.
Yeah, it is janky, but it's not rough. There's no like head banging. It's a one and done, and it's fine. I wouldn't rewrite it. So we were on that area of the park now by Dreamcatcher, and now we're looping around the lake to get to the other side. And here they have an indoor area that is like a kids area. So it's full of flat rides for kids, circus themed as well, but no kiddie credits inside though.
Now we're going to go on the most ugliest clown coaster in the world, the most ugliest trains ever. These are pretty weird. It looks like a horror maze that we've done recently.
It looks good in a way. It's on this lake with trees surrounding. For a family coaster, it's a good family coaster.
What I like about it, it's a unique layout, it's a unique train, and it adds this uniqueness to Bobbejaanland. And I always like it when the park has something nice and unique that you can see in the park, only that one part, and that's what Bobbejaanland's got with Oki Doki.
We were gonna do the log flume, but the queue is too long, so we're gonna skip that for now. We're gonna do Bob Express, which is the Mack powered coaster. This park has very good stations, very good teaming, really well presented, the rides here. That's actually a very good powered coaster.
The best Mack powered coaster.
Yeah, I think I agree, it is the best. I mean, the one in Athens has the onboard audio and makes it fun. But this one, I think is the longest, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's got some amazing forces on it. Helix.
There's so many helix.
The helixes are really powerful, and it's got some good airtime moments.
And I like the way it interacts with the log flume. So they have two log flumes in this park, an outdoor one and an indoor one. The outdoor has this amazing rock work and interacts with the powered coaster, and the indoor is the one that we're gonna do now, the Terra Magma. So it's all teamed inside. It's a really good log flume.
It's a very cool queue.
The station, the queue. Now we're gonna go into the indoor queue. It's very well teamed. Log flume is really good.
I really like it. They've got a lot of screen effects in there, but they've also got a lot of set props as well. So it's like a combination between the two, which is a great mix.
They have 3 drops. They can be quite wet. If you have a full boat and the boat is heavy, you can get like really wet on it, especially if you're towards the front. We didn't go that bad, it was just the 2 of us. Before the 3rd drop is the best scene in my opinion. You're going on the lift hill. It's kind of like you're going into a volcano that is going to eruption. It's really cool. Now we're gonna go on another coaster, which is Typhoon.
Second ever Gerstlauer. I like it. On the back row it's quite smooth, up front is a bit rougher.
Yeah, I think it's right. You have the first drop followed by a vertical loop, and it's quite intense.
Yeah, the loop is a very intense loop. One of the better Eurofighters we've done.
This area is called Land of Legends. They have the 4 elements here. So there is this big statue in the middle, and then you have 4 paths. Each one is an element, and every element leads to a different ride. So you have air that leads to Typhoon, then you have earth that leads to Sledgehammer, which is the gyro swing. Then you have fire that leads to Fury, and water that leads to
A water path.
yeah, a water path. The water could be something better. They could actually have done like a water ride. The whole idea of having the 4 elements is really good, and they did it in a way that that main area with the statue and the 4 paths, it's really well done. I love how they themed the entrance of the 4 rides. Just with this area of water had an actual attraction instead of this, because they could have done a water ride. They have 2 log flumes on this part and a rapids, and they're all really cool. But anyway, still a good idea. So now we're gonna do Revolution, which is, at least for me, was one of the main reasons that I actually wanted to come to Bobbejaanland, because it's a unique coaster.
Revolution has been upgraded for this year. They spent a lot of money on renovating it, and it's really cool to see them keeping pride in the ride. It's the world's only illusion coaster, and it's got the world's longest train.
I'm really intrigued to see what renovations they've done on it. To get into Revolution, you need to go on this indoor area that they have restaurants and a splash battle that actually looks really cool. It's really well themed. It is indoors. So you go on this outside area to queue for Revolution, and then you go back inside. It's an indoor coaster. I love Revolution. It's a unique coaster, and it's so fun to see the massive train going around. Starting at the station, if you're towards the front, one of the 3 or 4 first rows, you cannot see the back row because it's so big. In the other side of the wall, it's so funny when you see the train coming back to the station. It just won't stop. There's so many roads. You know how many roads they have?
I think something like 40 something.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. For me, the best part of the coaster is actually the lift hill. It's this circular lift hill on this massive building that you see the whole train coming around. And then you just keep looking at the train and how big it is. And they have images in the ceiling, and they have something on the floor as well. I just love that part.
The whole ride, it just keeps going around in a circle, so it's always just going around to the left. So it's going in rooms and going out of rooms, and then it goes back into the big room, and again, there's lots of lighting effects and show effects. It's just really quite cool the way it's a constant feeling of accelerating as you go around and around. They've added a lot more lighting effects, and they've completely renovated the train to make the train more safer with new bearings.
Right next to Revolution, there is one of the coolest flat rides to look at, a massive King Kong holding a bus that you go in. It's a very boring to ride,
Looks cool.
Looks really cool, yes. So we're skipping that today. We've done it before. It's really slow. It's just really cool to see, but it's really slow when you're riding. It just kind of moves sideways. It kind of looks almost like a top spin, but very slow and without turning upside down. It's just moving a little bit to the side. So we just left that area and we came here to the last coaster of the day, which is Naga Bay.
Naga Bay is one of the newer models Murrah spinners. I prefer the older models like Dragon's Fury at Chessington World of Adventures, or Spinball Wizard at All Towns, or Winchester Enforcer at Bobbejaanland. They are a lot better than this in my opinion. This got built as the new style track to be a bit smoother, but as a result, it hasn't really got any forces.
Actually running better than I remember.
Yeah, I was here back in August and it was running a lot better than August.
I kind of enjoyed that.
We've just finished on Sledgehammer, but we had to be in a bit of a rush to get back here to get another ride because it got dark while we were in the Naga Bay queue. It was a bit longer than we thought the queue was going to be, than it was advertised for. Went to Fury first. They shut the gates for that early, so then we came and got last ride on Sledgehammer.
The time that they advertise for the queues, you cannot trust them. Sometimes they are shorter, sometimes they are a lot longer.
Typhoon was a big example of that. This morning it was advertised as 10 minutes. I saw the queue, it was huge. We went back this afternoon when it said 30 minutes and the queue was shorter than what it was this morning, but we still queued 45-50 minutes for it.
The queue was about an hour and was being advertised as 10 minutes. That's a big difference. And then we didn't manage to get the last ride on Fury, but we did this instead. I really like the giant pendulums. It's not as good as ones from Intamin, like the one in Gleesburg or Gerstlauer, but it's still a good ride. It's cool how it is right next to Fury. You can see the trains going while you're riding it. And at night it was really cool with the lighting package that they have on both rides.
It was a long cycle as well. So now we're heading back to the main entrance, so that was our day at Bobbejaanland. We used our Movie Park Germany passes to get in, and that cost us nothing. It was as part of the Movie Park Germany season pass, which is excellent value. Our friends came in with the Plopsaland season pass, which got them 40% off. Again, another brilliant purchase. So it's really good to get these deals when you come in. So is Bobbejaanland worth visiting?
Definitely. It really is. It's not a park that I would be wanting to come multiple times for rewriting everything, but if you had a chance to come here at least once, it's definitely worth it because they have such a unique rides. The park is really well taken care of. Every ride here, I think they are really well presented. They have a lot of good theming, although not all of them are proper themed, but they are presented in a really nice way. This area here with the 4 elements, the whole area with the outdoor log flume and the powered coaster looks really nice. They do have a lot of other smaller flat rides as well that helps to build up the park, and a lot of them look really nice as well when you see. The park is quite big. They have a massive Ferris wheel as well, the whole lake in the middle. So I really enjoyed coming to Bobbejaanland, walking around and seeing stuff. Although they don't have nothing that I keep lapping. It's just a nice park.
The operations have been fantastic today, and the maintenance as well. Only one ride we saw go down, which was Oki Doki, while we were on it. They got it back up and fixed really quick. The operations have been fantastic here, and the staff have all been really friendly. As we entered the park, a staff member said, "Oh, you're travelling to different theme parks," gave us some free stickers of the old Bobbejaanland logo, said, "Oh, these are collectible items, take them with you." And I think that was a really nice touch to really help start the day in a good spirit, and I felt like that was carried out throughout the day. Bobbejaanland is a part of the Parky Reunionadas chain. They also do Movie Park Germany, Parky Warner Madrid, Sledgehammer. So what is your favourite out of Parky Reunionadas?
Probably Park Warner.
I think I'll put Parky Warner first. I will put Movie Park second, and I'll put this place third. I'll put it above Sledgehammer because Sledgehammer is very small, but I do really like Sledgehammer.
We were doing this tour as part of a coaster breaks tour, Toverland, Movie Park, Europa Park with Traumatica, Holiday Park, and yesterday we were on Wallaby Holland. Today, obviously, Bobbejaanland, and tomorrow we're finishing with Plopsaland.
So make sure to check out Coaster Breaks, my company, which has helped us come to all these parks.
We still have a couple more trips planned for this month. We're going to Florida, and we're gonna have a weekend in Madrid. So we are gonna go to Park Warner, that we were saying is our favorite park of the chain, and Parque de Atracciones. So make sure to subscribe to check all these next videos.